Robert Downey Jr. is Victor Von Doom. Okay. I'm just going to run through the news real quick, and then we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
The Russos are directing 2 Avengers movies.
Thank God.
And those 2 Avengers movies are Avengers Doomsday, coming out May 1st, 2026, and Avengers Secret Wars the following year, May 7th, 2027. Stephen McFeely is partnering with the Russos again to write both Avengers movies. So we're getting the band back together.
Thank the Lord.
And there is so much to absorb here. First of all, I love the Russos. Love what they've done. Obviously, love what McFeely's done. Not a hot take. That's just like, yeah, no kidding. They've been fantastic. I don't know how to feel about Robert Downey Jr. coming in as Victor Von Doom. Now, I think it's safe. I think if we read the tea leaves here a little bit and we're going to say, okay, Fantastic Four, alternate universe, I don't think there's any real doubt that this Victor Von Doom is also from an alternative universe to the 616. If I'm wrong, I'm going to get really nervous about what they're doing, because this seems very, again, complicated. Like, Victor Von Doom, why are you having Robert Downey Jr. play Victor Von Doom?
And see, to me, I'm thinking and praying and hoping that he's not actually Victor. It's just Tony Stark down the Doom path.
Yep.
And he's still Tony, but this is Tony if his world fell apart. And now he's doing everything he can to save it, but it's not necessarily the right way. The only thing because I definitely was mixed emotions. I was like, okay, like Robert's back. That's great. Maybe he'll come back and play an alternate version of Iron Man as well in Secret Wars. Who knows?
Sure.
I think the other thing I think about is this could hit harder if Chris Evans was still Captain America. I think it hits harder then. Yeah. Now, you definitely have to bring Tom Holland back as Spider-Man, because that's going to hit probably the hardest if that mask pops off.
Sure.
And he's
with
like,
the relationship that
and
Iron
he
Man
sees
and
Tony.
Yep.
So, because, and it's oddly weird. If you think about it, Deadpool and Wolverine kind of prepped us for this, where same actors playing different roles.
Sure.
And kind of making it work.
Yep.
With Chris Evans, Human Torch, and Chris Evans, Captain America. So, but yeah, I'm definitely hesitant. But he needs to be Tony Stark, though. If they come out and it is official and they're like, this is Victor Von Doom, and there's no twists of, hey, this is actually Anthony Stark, but he was adopted by the Dooms or whatever, right? Then I'll be a little annoyed. But I think we all know and agree he's not going to be Doom after this movie. After these movies, he's not going to be Doom.
Right.
They'll set up
He's
somebody else.
10 years, Victor Von Doom.
Correct. They'll either bring somebody else in or they'll kill him off and they'll slowly build the next Victor.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm trying not to get too far ahead of myself. Again, it just feels, when we don't know how we have yet arrived at this point, as far as behind closed doors, what are the conversations being had between Kevin Feige, Robert Downey Jr., the Russo brothers? Because as I told you, if this ends up being the Russos pitched this idea to Feige, where they're like, here's our thought. Okay, here's what we want to do. Then I will get on board with that, because then it means that Robert Downey Jr. in this role is directly servicing the story. That's why it's happening. If instead it's some inversion of that, where instead Feige is going, listen, we just got to write RDJ a big fat check. We just got to get him back. We're suffering here. Also, let's hire the Russos. Hey, so guys, guess what? We got Robert back. He said he'll only work with you. Here's the role that he's in. Now you guys have to go make this work. That puts them in a really, really tough spot. And I hope that's not the case. I hope it's their idea. And again, it still doesn't make me feel better about why. It's like, you could cast so many people that would be great as Victor Von Doom, and then you don't have to worry about we got to kill him off, or he's got to be an alternate. That's just so odd to me. Now I'm going to stay open-handed with this, right? So I'm not judging this from the sense of, I know this is a bad idea, this sucks. I don't know. All I know is at this moment, this seems very odd. And until we learn more, I'm going to remain pretty skeptical on the front.
Yeah. The other thing too, you think about, it's like, he has been Tony Stark for so long, and everybody is going to go into that theater and be like, I'm sorry, that's Tony.
Yes.
So for me,
yes,
I don't think you can bet on fans just automatically getting behind Robert Downey Jr. being Doom. That's why I think, and I'm almost convinced that is an alternate Tony. It has to be, because that's the only thing that justifies it and makes it work. Because if you think about it, Chris Evans being the Human Torch and Captain America works, because when he took on that Captain America role, nobody was like, oh, dude, that's Human Torch. We're obsessed with him. I mean, I remember being like, oh, they casted the Human. Why is he too? But like, now you think about it, there was enough of a gap, and he was only the Human Torch twice. And the movies were, the first one was good. The second one was forgettable. Correct. So to have him come as a different person at that time,
it wasn't a distraction.
It worked. Nobody's like,
just about anymore.
Human Torch.
Right. Correct.
But when Tony hits, or when Robert Downey, I'm already doing it. When RDJ hits that screen, everybody's be like, that's Tony.
Yeah.
It's 100% Tony.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's where I'm at.
Yep.
It has to be an alternate.